So Nubia's Redmagic series is a lineup that's specifically made for gaming, and today we have a very interesting phone with us, which is the latest Redmagic 8 Pro. And this again is a phone that's specifically made for gamers. This is made by the company ZTE, which is one of the first companies that came up with the under-display camera. And I'll talk more about that in a little bit. When we look at the specs of the Redmagic 8, this phone is pretty much maxed out. Looking at the specs real quick off of the box, we have 12 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of internal storage. This also comes with a 16 gig option and 512 gigs of internal storage. We have Snapdragon's 8 Gen 2 chip, which again is the latest in the market right now. We have a 6.8-inch AMOLED display. We also have gaming shoulder triggers, which have a touch sampling rate of 520 Hz. Again, we have a fan, a turbo fan, which runs at 20,000, a maximum 20,000 RPM, a 50 megapixel pro-grade main camera, 65 watts of fast charging, and a massive 6,000 milliampere display. This also is a phone that comes with an under-display camera on the front. We have a 16 megapixel under-display camera. Apart from that, this also comes with Android 13, which is paired with Redmagic 6.0. Let's go ahead and do a quick unboxing and see what we have inside. So we have right in front of us, I believe it is the booklet here, which will contain the SIM ejector pin. We also have some paperwork over here. And we also have the case here. The case is not really a silicone case, it's basically a hard plastic case, and it's kind of open from both sides because of the triggers and the vents for the cooling fans. We also have this cardboard paper that contains QR codes to social media websites of Redmagic. Finally, we have the phone here. We'll put it to the side. We also have the charger here in the box, which comes with a 65 watt charger. This is the international version, so it comes with 65 watts. The Chinese version actually comes with 80 watts of fast charging. This will charge the 6,000 milliampere battery from 0 to 100% in around 40 minutes. We also have this very chunky looking USB-C to USB-C cable, and this also tells you that this is a cable that's made for a gaming phone. That's pretty much it for the box. Let's go ahead and look at the actual phone. Let's unwrap it, unclose it, whatever you want to call it. So we have a very rectangular, squared off design this time, which I like better. The back here, it has a matte finish and it looks like it's made of sandpaper, but it's very smooth to the touch. This is a fully aluminum built phone, so the frame and most of the back is made up of aluminum. We have Gorilla Glass here on the front. On the sides, we have a flatter edge this time, which is a little bit grippier to hold. We have the triggers here on both of the sides. They have a 520 Hertz touch sampling rate. We have the turbo fan cooling vents over here, so the inlet over here, the outlet on this side. We have a triple camera array on the back. We have a headphone jack if you want to use this phone with your headphones on while gaming, you can. We have stereo speakers on both of the sides. We have a USB-C port. We have this SIM tray, which supports dual SIMs. It does not support external memory. We have the power button on this side, and we have the volume rocker on the left side. We also have this dedicated gaming switch or gaming trigger that will take the phone to its Nubia game space. One thing that I kind of am seeing here is that the speakers, the stereo speakers, are placed on both of the sides. So when you're gaming, you're kind of going to be covering the speakers, which is kind of like a concern of mine. So talking about the RGB features, but this is a gaming phone, so you normally see RGB features on gaming phones. This doesn't really show that much, apart from the Redmagic logo here and the triggers, which I'll try and show you guys. I don't know if you guys can see this. So if I put this phone into its gaming mode, yeah, it's not going to show it right now. I don't know if it's showing anything. Yeah, so I don't know if you were able to see that, but these lights, the left trigger, the right trigger, and the Redmagic logo kind of light up a little bit. The fan doesn't light up in any way. A lot of phones do light up the fan when you put it in its gaming mode. This doesn't. There is a transparent version actually of the Redmagic, which is not an international version. It's only limited to China, which comes with the full lightings and RGB lightings and all that stuff. So you'll be able to see the fan working. You'll be able to see the lights, RGB lights with the fan actually working. I believe that's a better option, and I think we should have had a transparent back. Like other Redmagic phones that we've seen, a lot of them have transparent backs. So I would have loved to see that as compared to a matte finish on this phone. Talking about the phone, you can actually trigger it manually as well as automatically when you put it in its gaming mode. We're gonna go ahead and turn it on and see if you're able to hear it. Can you guys hear that? It's not too loud, especially if you're gaming and if you have your headphones on, you're not going to be able to hear it. You can turn it on or off manually, and as I said, it does have an auto mode, which will automatically put it on whenever you put it in gaming mode. Looking at the display, which is an upgrade from the previous generation of the Redmagic phone, we have a 6.8-inch AMOLED display, and this does come with 120 Hz of refresh rate. It is not dynamic, which means that it's not going to go down to 60 or 90 or 120. But you do have the option to manually change it, so you can put it in 60 at all times, 90 at all times, and 120 at all times. One complaint that we had from the previous generation was that this screen was not as bright. This time Nubia changed that, and this phone now comes with a peak brightness of 1300 nits, which is more than enough. Another unique feature about the Redmagic 8 Pro is that you don't see a notch here, and the bezels are actually quite minimal, which I really like. But you don't see a cutout for the selfie camera, and that is because this comes with the under-display camera that ZTE is known for. So ZTE is the main company that makes the Redmagic phones, the Nubia phones, and they were one of the first companies that actually came out with the under-display technology, and they've done a pretty good job because you cannot see the camera at all. Even behind a white background, it's pretty difficult to tell unless you tilt the phone in a specific way. You can barely see a white cutout, but on camera, I think it's really not possible to see. I'm showing it right here. I don't think you guys can see where the white cutout is at all. So they've done a really good job at masking that and hiding it. Specs wise, the Redmagic 8 Pro comes with 12 gigs of RAM. We also have the option for 16. It's also paired with Snapdragon's latest 8 Gen 2 chip. This also comes with Redmagic's own Red Core 2 chip, and that chip is used for better audio processing. It's also used to kind of do other tasks, so it's not burden on the Snapdragon chips. Eventually makes it more efficient, especially when you're gaming. It really comes in handy there. We also ran an Antutu benchmark test, and this came out at around 1.5 million points, which is a lot. Normally in Snapdragon's 8 Gen 2 chip, you're not able to see more than 1 million points, 800,000, 900,000. 1.1 million is, I think, the max that I've seen, but with this one it comes with 1.57 million points, which is really good, which obviously means that you're not going to be slowed down. And again, this phone is made for gaming, so obviously you're going to see a higher score over here, so you don't have to worry about this phone slowing you down in any way. Talking about the battery, this does come with a 6,000 milliampere battery, which is a little bit larger than the usual 5,000. It will last you around 130 hours, and it comes with a 67-watt fast charger, which will charge you from 0 to 100% in around 40-45 minutes. When it comes to the cameras, Redmagic is not really known for making good cameras. At the back, we do have a triple camera setup. We have the main 64 megapixel camera. We also have an ultra wide 8 megapixel camera and a 2 megapixel macro camera. The cameras are a downside, I would say. They're not really that good. It is there if you want it. So if you want to post on social media, it's a perfectly good camera. At least the main 64 megapixel camera is a little bit decent. Talking about the front camera, we do have an under display camera, and it is a 16 megapixel camera. Under display cameras are known for having subpar qualities, and it's kind of the same thing when it comes to the Nubia. The selfie side over here is yeah, it's bad. It's not that good. Looking at the software, the Redmagic 8 Pro comes with Android 13 built in. It's also paired with Redmagic's OS 6.0. The software is game-centric, so for example, you can trigger it to go into the Nubia game space mode, which again, it's a specific software that's made for gaming. And you can then change a lot of gaming aspects of it. So there it is. The Redmagic 8 Pro is a solid phone for gaming. This might actually be one of the best gaming phones out there right now. And if you are in the market looking for one, this will cost you around $820 to $850. That roughly translates to, I believe, 3,200 dirhams, which is, I think, a decent price point specifically for a gaming phone. If you are in the market, this is a solid recommendation for you. Let me know what you think about this phone in the comments below. Let me know if you think that this is actually a big upgrade from last year's Redmagic 7S Pro. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.